Hello and welcome back to TechnoSurgeon YouTube channel. So this is a bad news which comes from NVIDIA. Basically, MSI had came up with a yellow 12 volt 2x6 high power connector, but it had turned black after burning on RTX 5090 graphics card. Not AMD but NVIDIA seriously need to do something about these connectors because it has been pretty bad overall. As you can see on the screen here, this connector has been literally burned. Everything is chipped out, and MSI made this design change where it had color coded so that it's seen that it has been inserted all the way inside of the graphics card. But now as you can see, this MSI Supreme X, this is all burned over here, and also as you can see on the pins over here, it's also been burned. So if the user is going to do an RMA, but yeah, it's literally bad. MSI, this is not an MSI fault, it's literally fault of NVIDIA to introduce this high power connectors, and at the same time they made changes to their design where the sense pin were gone a little bit inside, but then also the issues are still there and they should do literally something about this because this is a bad thing to see. And since RTX 5090 consumes such high power, you need this, you need something in its place basically. But yeah, it looks bad. Nvidia needs to do something about it. Next up, Nvidia's RTX 50 series demand has been dropping in Germany, cheapest model of all, but RTX 5090 price at this MSRP. So basically what's happening is, as you can see on the screen here, the pricing for RTX 5090 is remaining the same, which is like 2020 to 29 euros, but the best price has gone up like week 13 to week 17. It is almost in MSRP, but when you compare it to RTX 5080, 5070 Ti, 5070 and 5060, when you compare to 5080, the MSRP was 1119, but as you can see it's staying at MSRP, and in some scenario it is just like 50 bucks higher. For RTX 5070 Ti 16GB it is 879, but on week 13 it was 869 bucks, and it's literally like $80 less on week 17. And similar in case of 5070, it is launched for 620 euros, but now it's at 600 and lower at 590 euros, 30 to 20 euros less. 5060 Ti, it's staying the same, but it is to be expected. No one is basically buying these cars, like 8GB variant is also staying the same. But yeah, overall the customers are demanding for only a higher ending part. Rest all of the RTX 50 series is not selling good, and that's why Nvidia is forced to their lower their graphics card pricing, which is nice to see. Basically Nvidia needs to look, even though there is demand, gamers are not buying the cards and there is lots of inventory of these lower cards, and basically consumers are winning, but because the pricing for this RTX cards are ridiculous, I will say. But yeah, also we have some news regarding AMD. AMD's Ryzen 9000G Gorgon point has been spotted, and along with EPIC 4005 Grado for AM5 socket. As you can see, there will be various several Ryzen and AMD EPIC product expected to come in next week and months, and it is to be expected because Computex is coming. There is Ryzen Threadripper, which is Threadripper Pro series. There is Gorgon Point 3. We still don't know, but yeah, there's Gorgon Point for desktop. There's Gorgon Point for AI mobile PCs. Basically, Epic Desktops Grado and Epic Mobile Fire range. And Gorgon Point is also coming to the AM5 socket, which is interesting to see, and it is going to be the successor to 8000G, which is currently based on Zen 4 architecture. Gorgon Point will be based on Zen 5 cores and Zen RDNA 3.5 graphics, which will give it an impressive boost. And there will also be a Grado, which appears to be the successor of Epic 4004 series, likely 4005 series based on Zen 5, and this will be an entry-level workstation server PC. So yeah, and it will be like only for AM5 platform. and these are all rumored to be expected during Computex 2025. Radeon RX 9060 XT for desktop as well as 9000M will be launched during those cards. I already made a video about RX 9000M processors, but yeah, we also got some benchmarks of Ryzen AI HX9 370 PC. It is a mini PC, and as you can see, it was done by Tom's Hardware, not by. The game tests were done on Soyuz S9 AI mini PCs prototype, and as you can see, it runs Cyberpunk 2077 at 1080p low FSR balance, 74 FPS, average FPS, Starfield 1080p low, 50% resolution upscaling, and frame generation 78 frames per second. Hogwarts Legacy low 1080p 72 frames per second, and do note this is literally running on integrated CPU. It's an APU, it is having an integrated GPU, so it's literally awesome. Mortal Kombat 1, it's 1080p medium, FSR 60 frames on average. Horizon Forbidden West 1080p with frame gen 60 to 70%. Ghost of Tsushima 1080p, FSR 3.1, balance 62 to 73 frames per second. Red Dead Redemption 2 1080p low, 76 frames per second. So AMD is literally planning to dominate in the entry level graphics segment with their Radeon 890M, and 890M is looking pretty impressive for an integrated APU. If this turns out to be true and it comes to Gogam Point with AM5 during Computex, it will literally disrupt the entry level segment of discrete GPUs because these APUs are literally looking pretty awesome with all of those computation power. But yeah, that's it from me today. What do you think about the news? Sound of your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll meet you in the next one. Peace out.